tap right with you, I feel like Scarface. Get that white bitch with the bob, I be you.
So it is 7:24 in the morning, Tuesday morning. So today we're pretty much just gonna hang out a little bit, maybe take the husband some lunch. I'm on call. So for those that don't know, I am an operating room nurse now. I've been a registered nurse for 15 years now. I've done a little bit of everything, but the majority of those 15 years have been the ER and now operating room. So what I am now is called the position that I just recently took. I used to work Monday through Friday, 8 to 3. Not 8 to 3, 6:30 to 3. But I recently took a position where I work pretty much call. So what call is, they will call me in if they need me to come in to work. So Monday through Thursday from 5 p.m. to 6:30 a.m., I just hang out at home and I wait to be called to work. Living the life, right? Until you called in. So hopefully I just went off call. My call ended at 6:30, so like an hour ago. And I think this was like really been playing with my sleep at night now, because I can't get into a deep sleep because I'm always thinking like this phone may ring and I may have to go to work to do a case. So I can't really get into a deep sleep now. So I'm like tired during the day, but we got a little coffee going. And then the other thing that plays with me is because I'm used to getting up at 5 a.m. So now my body's used to being up this time of day, so I can't really nap all day long because I'm used to being up at work. So it's trying to find a balance to where I will sleep a little bit later now because I need to. But it hasn't been bad. I've been doing this. I started last week. So I took the call position. It officially started last week. I was called in 2 days last week. And I think I worked like 2 hours. Last week I went in and ended two cases. I was called in yesterday. I think I worked for like 2 hours yesterday. I got called in like at 4. Went to work. I was back home by like 7:15. So it's not bad yet. You never know what's going to happen. Like, one thing I can tell you about the operating room is that the caseload gets heavier towards the end of the year. So you have a lot of people trying to meet their deductibles, so they have their surgeries at the end of the year. So like the cases get longer and bigger towards the end of the year. So hopefully I still won't be called in a lot. But the good thing is, whether I'm called in or whether I'm not called in, I still get paid my 40 hours. So I can't complain. But life as a nurse, it can be crazy. Being married as a nurse, that's a whole nother topic, but we'll talk about it one day. But anyway, we're going to get this day started. I think we're going to go take the husband some lunch at about maybe 11:30. I'm going to go try to lay back down to get a nap, hopefully, but I'll probably end up watching TV or something crazy like that. But anyway, coffee. Okay, y'all, I'm back. I had my coffee, I had a Starbucks grilled cheese, and I had a nap. So I'm good to go. Right now we're going to get the husband some lunch. So let's see what the streets of Charlotte got going on today. I am not in the mood to be going out. I hate going out, actually. But y'all, I try to get everything done that I need done for the day done by 3 o'clock. Because if they call me in, she'll usually call about between 3 and 4. Unless it's like yesterday when she called 10 after 4. But I try to get everything I need done. I try to have dinner cooked by 3. So we're going to see what happens today. Okay, people, I am back. It is now, let's see what time is it. 12:49. You see that? I'm on the way to take the husband some lunch. I stopped up here at Circle K to get some gas. So I go in the store and the girl is like, oh my God, I saw your YouTube. I loved it. I was like, what? She was like, yeah, I subscribed to it. Your husband came in here and he told us about it and I subscribed to it. She was so sweet. And y'all know what? It's a shame when the people at the store know our dog. So she was like, oh yeah, she said, I saw your husband earlier with Queen. He got a pink harness on her today. Y'all, this dog is known around this area. Like, he has her everywhere. But she's like a child now. She's like one of our kids, for real. It's crazy. But anyway, we're going to get ready to go. I think my gas stopped. 1 second, I'll be right back, y'all. Okay, y'all. So we're on the way to work. Got called in. Part of the job. So when I go to work, I go look any kind of way because I have to change when I get there. So I just go pretty much as is. You know, I always make sure I take a shower by 3 because I go on call at 5. So I never know when they're going to call me. So I've been called. I've been summoned. So let's get to the operating room. So on the way to work, got called in for an emergency surgery. So we're going to see how this plays out. I'll talk to y'all later. Okay, guys, so I got called in today to do an emergency case. From my understanding, it's like a stomach resection that we're going to be doing. It is now 6:15 in the afternoon. I got called in. It was at 5. I got here about 5:45. So I want to show you the room setup. The scrub tech, she left out for a minute, so I'm doing, it's called babysitting because everything has to say sterile except me. I'm the only thing in this room that will not be sterile once the patient is in. Once the patient comes in and everybody is draped and gowned and gloved, and we have the patient all draped up, I will be the only one that's sterile, that's unsterile, pardon me. So let me kind of show y'all what we got going on in here a little bit. Okay, so this is the table, this is the setup. This is where the scrub tech, she's in charge of all the instruments. She hands all the instruments. We have sutures up here, we have the blades, we have the instrument set, the gowns right there, those are the gowns that she'll put on the doctor, and I'll tie the back because the back is the only part of the doctor and the scrub tech that is unsterile. It will be the back side. Right here, this is the draping, and the sticks these are called chloropreps, and that's what we use to prep the patient at the surgical site to like kill any bacteria that may be at that site. This is called the surgical table, but a lot of people call it the bed. So this is the table. This bed is like heavy. Very, very, very heavy. It's very hard to move it. Right here, this is the instrument cart. This is where we keep all the instruments at. I open them and I hand them off to the scrub. I open up the set, and what you saw earlier was the scrub. She pulls them out, pulls the instruments out. She puts them on the table, and then I check these little blue, I should have kept one, but it's like little blue filters. I checked them to make sure that there are no holes in it. If there are any holes in any of those filters, we can't use them. So this is pretty much the basic setup. The CRNA, they sit back there and they take care of the patient while they're asleep. So this is pretty much our basic setup, room setup. And this will be a laparoscopic case. So we do have our scopes out. The scopes are out. And once we connect everything, I will route everything and everything will show up on these monitors. So everything that they can see on the inside will be up on the monitors. And I'll try to see if I can get some footage of what it looks like. I can't promise anything. And this is where I sit at, the circulator. I sit here. So right here, we have our trocars. These trocars, if you look, they're kind of sharp at the end. So usually the surgeon makes a little incision, and these trocars, they go down into the abdomen. And then once they're in and they're in place, where they all need to be in place at, the scope will go down into the main trocar, and that's how we get video of what's going on. And that is pretty much what they do with the laparoscopic surgery. And instruments, any instruments they use will go down like into the little hose of the trocar. So you see hose at the top of them. Instruments will go down into the hose, and the scope will go down into the hole. I hope what I'm saying is kind of like making sense, and I'm not too muffled, because I promise y'all, this mask is hot. And it makes me so out of breath sometimes when I'm talking, when I have it on, when I'm talking too much. But once the surgeon gets in the room, then I'll hand the scrub tech, I will hand her the trocars off. Everything has to stay sterile still. Okay. Surgery is all done. On my way home. It's a good day. It's still early. Maybe I have time to cook dinner. Not. I'll probably just get something on my way home. Sorry if the camera quality is kind of sucky. I'm on my phone because I cannot bring a camera into the operating room. But anyway, talk to you guys later. Good morning. Okay, you all, let's see. Technically it's still morning. It's 11:55. I've been up for a while. Started some laundry. Loaded the dishwasher. House things. I did get called in to work yesterday. It wasn't too bad. Just a quick case. I can't complain. I wasn't there long at all. A couple of things. I have been a registered nurse for 15 years. So to all the new nurses, yes, I'm the old grouchy nurse. We're not grouchy, we're just, you know, we like to have things done a certain way. That's all. So I've been a registered nurse for 15 years. The majority of that, let's back up. I was a CNA for 11 years. So I got my CNA while I was in the 12th grade in high school. So a couple of months before I graduated, I started working at a nursing home. I pretty much worked at that nursing home on and off for it. So I was a CNA for 11 years. I stayed there another like two years after I became an RN. So we're looking at about 13 years at the same place. Made a lot of friends there, a lot of friends. I'm still in contact with a few of them, but you know, life takes you on these crazy journeys. So I started out in long-term care, and from long-term care, I did a little home health, and I tried dialysis nursing. That just wasn't my thing. And shout out to all the dialysis nurses that can do it, but for some reason, I never could get into the dialysis thing, like the noise, I don't know, I never could get into it. So I did some home health. I did hospice care, which I liked, but that was so emotionally draining. Like that just drained me. And then from there, I pretty much been in the ER for, I don't know, a long time now. I was an ER nurse for years. I worked night shift for years. When I moved to Charlotte, I tried the ICU. Wasn't for me. Shout out to all the ICU nurses that can do that. I don't know. I think it was a little too slow for me because I'm used to just go, 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 go. So I could never get into the groove of ICU. So I transferred back to the ED here in Charlotte at the hospital I work at. And I was there for 3 years before I transferred to the operating room, same hospital, just in the operating room. I love emergency medicine. I love trauma. I love it. Like, that's my thing. That's my thing. And I still go down to the emergency room and pick up shifts. Like, it's just in me. And that's the thing about the emergency room. You either gonna love it or hate it. It's not a gray area there. But I think after just years of being in the emergency room, going through COVID in the emergency room, it takes well, for me, it took a toll on me mentally. Like, my mental health, mentally, I was not in a great space. It was just so much. It was so many people. It was so many sick people. And then when you couple that with, in the emergency room, you have, your very sick people that come in. You have people that are pretty much level 1. They're technically dying when they get there. And you have people come in and they're there for a toothache, earache, some of the most random, craziest things. And when you're at a 15, 16-hour wait time, and then you're out in triage and people are cutting up, and you're trying to explain, like, listen, we know you're here in the emergency room, but this is not a doctor's office. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you don't have an appointment here. So we're going off a priority, and we're going to always go off priority. And you're trying to understand, I know that you have been here 16 hours, but I need you to understand, if this was your child, your mother, your father, your brother, your sister that was coming here, and they needed immediate medical attention, would you want us to give the bed to someone who has a toothache versus them that they're dying and they need us right then? So, and it was just people that never got that. Like, you're getting cussed out, and you're dealing with people that are intoxicated. You're dealing with so much stuff. And then, like, you're trying to take care of really, really sick people. Like, the hospital is so full that we're holding critical ICU patients. We are holding these people for days. And we're not ICU nurses, but we can do it. But it's so hard when you're trying to take care of sometimes 2-3 ICU patients that are on critical trips. And then you also have, people out in the hallway. You have patients in the hallway you're trying to take care of. And then you have someone that's drunk, that's like urinating in the middle of the floor in the emergency room that you're trying to take care of. Then you have your psych patients thrown in with all that. And it was just so much that I was like, I have got to get a mental break. Like, I cannot do this. So after months and months and months, I decided to put in for a transfer. And I've always wanted to do operating room, like perioperative care. I don't know, because I didn't know what went on up there, and I think it was a curiosity more than anything. So I applied and I interviewed, and the crazy thing is, years ago, it was so hard to get into the operating room. Like, like the people who worked in the operating room, they never left. Like, they would go up there and they would literally retire from the operating room. Like, if you got a job in the operating room, you stayed pretty much. So, but with COVID and everything else, you had a lot of people that left the operating room, so you had a lot of openings. And I did get a job in the operating room. I've been in the operating room about 11 months now. Now, I will say it was hard adjusting, like shifting from the emergency room mindset to the operating room mindset, because it's two totally different worlds. Like, where I am used to hanging blood, giving meds, like total patient care. Now I don't really do the patient care. I don't give meds. I don't hang blood. Like, so I'm pretty much just a circulating nurse. And what the circulating nurse does is, if you ever had a surgery, I'm usually one of the nurses I'm the nurse that you meet when you come into the room, and I'll ask you, like, are you allergic to anything? And I'll ask you what surgery that you're having. Usually you only see this part of me. Never get to see my full face, so most of my patients only see this. They only see this part of me. The family, when I go to ACU to see them before the surgery, they only see this. So they never really get to see my whole face. And that's another thing, like, you don't get the interaction with the patients like you do down in the emergency room. So that was like, you have to adjust to that. And then, like, okay, so once we get them on a bed and they're sleeping, pretty much my job during the surgery is anything that's needed that they need in that room, I go get. If they need any extra supplies, I open them up. Pretty much we'll do like a timeout before your surgery. I'm the one who I'll like read out the allergies. We make sure we have the right patient. They're doing the right surgery on the right side. So we're pretty much checking all that. And like I said before, you'll see in the clip, but you should have already seen by now, that pretty much I am the unsterile person. I'm unsterile. Like, I'm not sterile at all, but you have your surgical scrub. They will be sterile. The surgeon will be sterile. The patient is technically not sterile, but all the draping over the patient is sterile. All that is sterile. The surgical site is prepped with ChloroPrep. So they kind of like kills any bacteria that's at that surgical site before the surgery starts. Then we have to set a timer, and you wait 3 minutes before an incision can be made at that site. So I set the timer. I'm the one in charge of keeping track of those 3 minutes, because those surgeons are standing there like, is it 3 minutes? 3 minutes? How long we got? I'm ready. And the CRNA, they are not sterile. Usually they're just like seated behind the patient, at the head of the patient, and they are taking care of vital signs. They're pushing meds. They're keeping the patient asleep during the surgery. So that took a lot of getting used to. And most people say, like, that seems so simple, but I think it's coming from doing so much all the time to just toning it all the way down to where I'm at now. That was so hard for me. Like, that was the hardest thing in the world. That and the call. Because it's like, you if you're short staffed, your call hours go up. So you're working your 40 hours a week, plus you're taking additional calls. So it's a lot. It takes a lot to adjust to. But you have your perks, like holidays. Usually you're not at work on holidays. You may have to take a call on the holidays, but it's not a lot going on there on the holidays. Let's see what else. I actually was going to transfer back to the emergency room, but I was offered this new position that they have, and pretty much I take call Monday through Thursday from 5 p.m. to 6:30 a.m. So I'm on call Monday through Thursday. I don't go to work. I don't pick up. I don't have to pick up any shifts. I just sit and I wait to be called in for like a surgery, or maybe like if night shift does not have enough staff, I'll have to go in and work a night shift. But luckily they've been staffed, so I haven't had to do that. And I really haven't had to go in for more than like 2 hours at a time. And you're on call for these days, but you still get paid your 40 hours. You still have your insurance benefits. You still accumulate your vacation time. So it's like a win-win situation pretty much. But also, I don't want to say I'm a workaholic. Maybe I am just a little bit. But I still pick up shifts. Like tomorrow, I'm going to go to the emergency room and work. So I'll work there tomorrow, and maybe Saturday I'll pick up Saturday in the emergency room. And people are like, "You crazy? You still go down there and work when you don't have to? Like, you can pick up time in the operating room." But it's just a love for it. I have this love for it, And it's difficult to explain when they say it has to be in you and not on you. That's the thing with emergency nursing. It has to be in you. But the operating room is so cool, and I've made so many new friends there. And a lot of people say surgeons can be pushy, and the thing that I figured out about most surgeons is everybody has their own way of doing things. And once you work with a surgeon enough, you know how they like their room set up. You know what music they like on the radio, and when they walk in, you have everything set up, and they can literally just walk into their gown like this, and you're tying them up, and everybody's ready to go. You usually don't have any problems. Like, it's cool, but I think maybe if y'all want to see like a day in the life of an emergency room nurse, I can do that. So maybe when I pick up a shift there and I have time, I'll do like a day in the life of an emergency room nurse. Or if you want to see like a full day in the operating room when I pick up a shift, I'll just do like a full day of what we do, full day of surgeries. Kind of just let me know, kind of playing with content and what you all may want to see. So like if it's any new nurses up here, let me know the videos you want to see. I'll be more than welcome to make a video for you. Any nursing students, you want to see a video, let me know. I'll make it for you. Because my daughter, she is in nursing school. She goes to Winston-Salem State. And it's funny. It's so funny. Well, because she's going through everything that I've already went through. And that's the thing, like nursing school is hard. Let me tell you that. It's not easy. It is so hard, and you have to be so dedicated to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be so dedicated. That is the one thing I would tell people that's in nursing school. You have to be dedicated to it. You have to do the studying. It's not going to come easy, but the payoff will be worth it. It'll be worth it in the end. So if you want to see a video with me helping her study and get things down packed with that, let me know. Other than that, it's time to get the day started. I have to finish cleaning up. I want to try to edit a little bit. Also, on this video, you all will see an intro. Let me know what you all think of the intro, because I did it myself. Like, kudos to me. I also did a thumbnail. Like, I'm learning so much on YouTube University. I promise. Like, anything you want to know, it's on YouTube. And that's the craziest thing. Like, we were looking into finding someone to do some editing for us. Finding somebody to do an intro, to do an outro, to do music. And I'm like, and everybody has their own prices. And I never argue with anybody about what you're charging for your services, because those are your services. But I'm the type of person, I'll look up something. I'll look it up and see how difficult it is, and if I can possibly do it on my own, I'll try to do it on my own. So that's what I've been doing. So I did our intro. I learned how to add music to the intro. So I'm learning a lot of different things, and I'm trying to get this YouTube channel growing. And also, I'm an introvert. I tell anybody that knows me knows that I am literally an introvert. So I get nervous talking in front of the camera. Like, I'm gonna be like, she's rambling a little bit. But I get very nervous when it comes to talking to the camera, because I don't know, it just seems foreign to me. But I'm working on it. So, like I said, we have a lot of content planned. I think y'all are going to really enjoy it. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this up because I feel like I'm starting to ramble a little bit. And my dogs, they're literally sitting here looking at me like, ma'am, really? You're going to just do this and we want to come out? So anyway, you all family, because everyone who subscribes, all my subscribers or all our subscribers, I think of you all as family now. So welcome to the family. It's crazy. It gets crazy, but it's all love. And you all have a great work day, work week, whatever you see in this video. Is blessings to you, and I'll see you later.